Story time here at Goldshaw Farm, and boy do I have a story for all of you. So as our longtime viewers know, we here at Goldshaw Farm have been working to bring a new livestock guardian dog puppy to the farm. Everybody already knows and loves Toby Dog. Oh, doesn't he look so adorable? But for a while now, I've wanted to bring on a second dog for a few reasons. One, I wanted to give a companion and partner to Toby and help lighten the load for him. But then also number two, I want to actually have a dog that I might potentially breed in the future with Toby so that we can produce our own Maremma puppy dogs here at the farm. And so this has led to the long process of me working to bring a new dog here onto the farm. But unfortunately, I looked at most of the breeders here on the East Coast, and none of them had a dog who wasn't somehow related to Toby. You see, Toby Dog comes from a long and distinguished line of Maremmas.
Dog has papers.
So in order to find a dog who could be a potential future breeding partner for Toby, I actually had to go to the West Coast, and I ultimately found a farm out in California. And a few months back, they had a litter of puppies, and one of those female puppies we purchased. And so for the last few months, we've been watching these puppies very carefully, and we've seen pictures and video and watched them grow up, and they look adorable. And now our puppy specifically is ready to be picked up from the farm in California and brought here to Goldshaw Farm in Vermont. Yeah, for those of you not aware, we actually run a duck and goose and cow farm. Hey cows! And you see, it's the job of the livestock guardian dogs to protect the animals that we have on our farm from predators like bobcats and coyotes and foxes and that sort of thing. And so that's why the dogs are really important to our farm. And I've also come to love this breed of dogs specifically, and I really want to bring more of them into the world and teach people how to raise these dogs the right way. You know, they're actually a very special type of dog with the right temperament for a farm like our own. Isn't that right, Mr. Toby Dog? Yeah, you've got a special temperament. Yes, you do. And you're built to be outside in this cold, cold weather. And you're built to put up with the animals like little Ginny Barn Cat right there. And you know enough to not chase the birds and do all the right things. Ginny just started climbing on me. She does this all the time now. Like, her default position is to like climb my shoulder. She and Toby are still kind of getting used to each other. Ginny, don't let Ginny get at you. It's okay, buddy. Yeah. You see, like that's not normal for a dog, right? Normal dog would try to pounce the cat, but Toby knows that his job is to be kind to all the animals here on this farm. And so that's what he does, even if it means he has to put up with Ginny's nonsense. Come on, Toby. Let's go get the eggs from the hoop coop. The weather high for today is like 10 degrees, and so I gotta get the eggs out of here before they freeze. Howdy there, chickens. How's it going? How's it going there, Uncle Buck? How are you doing, pal? Oh, would you look at that? We got a whole bunch of eggs here today. Uh-oh, including a poopy one that got laid on the ground. Here, let's smash this one for the chickens. Hey chickens, I got a surprise for you. It's okay for chickens to eat eggs, but you don't want to give them whole eggs, or they're gonna learn to eat chicken eggs, which you really don't want. What do you want, Ginny? Uh-oh, Ginny wants more attention. Is that so? I know I shouldn't encourage it, but it's just so stinking adorable. All right, come on, Ginny, help me collect some eggs. You know, I gotta admit, this is hard work when I'm trying to balance the camera and the cat and the eggs and not breaking them all. Let me get the rest of these eggs. Ooh, this one's got put together. These are all good. Oh dear, and this one cracked, which I guess is the chicken's gain. Okay, chickens, here's another bonus egg. They are like little piranhas. By the way, Dottie, the chicken who was injured in a previous recent video, she's doing really well. Just like I said, flock on flock violence, nothing bigger than that. Look at Uncle Buck. Look how he like stands over his flock. We're gonna be adding another rooster pretty soon, but I'm very happy with our current roosters. I just want to have two in the flock is the plan. Toby does not want to get mixed up with the chickens. Molly likes to hang out. And Ginny, she's still got that kind of weird rivalry going with Toby Dog. I think they're still just sort of getting used to each other. Now, one of the things about raising puppies and puppy breeding is, I think, and this is really important to talk about in a video like this, I believe that there is a right way to breed puppies and a wrong way to breed puppies. Good, responsible breeding means that you're not overbreeding your dogs, and you ensure that all dogs that are born on your farm will end up in good homes and in good situations. It also means that you don't separate the mom from the puppies too soon so that the dogs actually learn the right behaviors. It's about ensuring that they have the proper socialization. Like, there are just many things when it comes to breeding puppies that I think if you do it the right way, it's actually a good thing. You couldn't just take like a German Shepherd pit bull mutt and set them loose on a farm and expect the same type of results. The behaviors of certain dogs have been ingrained in them and bred into them. And so it's often a case of nature trumping nurture. That's not to say that you as the dog owner doesn't have a significant responsibility when it comes to the nurture side of things. I'm just saying the nature part is also very important. And so because both the breeder and I believe in these responsible practices, we've actually waited much longer than you typically do for a puppy to come to a farm. You know, a lot of people will bring a puppy home from the mom after about 8 weeks, and we've been actually intentionally waiting a little bit more than 4 months. That ensures that the puppy gets to grow a bit healthier before it has to travel and be separated from its mother. It also means that the puppy gets socialized the right way and learns some important cues from the mother in terms of how to behave. All in all, it's something that's very good for everyone involved. And so my plan has been that I was gonna fly out to California, actually go from Boston Logan Airport on a direct flight to Los Angeles, LAX, fly in, rent a car, drive out to Lenmore, California, which is where the breeder is, which is kind of like right in the middle of California, I guess closer to Fresno than anywhere else. I made the choice to fly into LAX because I could get pretty cheap direct flights to and from Logan, and I wanted to have a direct flight back with the puppy because the plan was I was gonna get one of those little puppy carriers and pop her inside that and maybe hit her with a little puppy Benadryl and suffer the cross-country flight, but get across, get to Logan, get back in my truck and drive back to the farm, and everything would eventually work out. But my friends, we have now encountered a problem with our great puppy smuggling plan. You see, our puppy, because she is a little bit over 4 months old, has actually grown too large to be carried on a flight, like to be like carry-on luggage. You know, they actually have doggy weight limits, and at this point, I couldn't even try to cheat. She like far exceeds those doggy weight limits, which I admittedly probably should have put a little bit more thinking into ahead of time. But, you know, that forethought is usually not my strong suit, isn't it, folks? Now, another option would be I could try to check the puppy as luggage, and some airlines would actually let you, like, you know, put them in the cargo hold essentially. But I will admit that that approach makes me kind of uncomfortable for a few reasons. And far and away the biggest reason is the puppy would essentially spend about 7 hours, 8 hours even, and potentially even longer if there are flight delays, holed up in a small crate, and I can't control the climate, and it can potentially actually get really hot inside of there. And there's nobody monitoring or supervising her, so something bad could happen and we wouldn't know until we landed in Boston, and then my heart would be broken. And so for me, that just was kind of a non-starter idea. And now given that we can't check the puppy on the flight and have me carry her, nor am I willing to let her travel as cargo, it really leaves only one method of transportation to bring her from Lenmore, California to Peacham, Vermont. And I'm pretty sure you guys have probably deduced that that one way to get her from here to there would be by car. And as you guys have probably seen from some of my recent excursions, I'm a huge fan of the road trip. I love the open road, I love driving, I even love actually traveling by myself. The idea of having a cross-country trip with this puppy just absolutely makes me so happy. Like, you know, I could fly out to California, pick up a rental car, because driving in my truck would be a big waste of gas and wouldn't make a lot of sense. But I could just go, me and the puppy driving all the way back. It would give us a chance to get to know each other and have a lot of fun. And so Morgan and Puppy's big road trip seems like a potential option on the surface. But when it comes to the reality of my life, it's just not gonna work. You know, I've got a lot of responsibilities here on the farm, and while I can get away for a couple of days, it's harder to get away for longer periods of time. You know, the max is probably about 4 or 5 days at best in terms of how long I can be gone from here before hell starts to break loose. Before the cattle need hay, before the rigors of goose mating season start to cause too much chaos, before my wife gets fed up with being left alone here with all the animals for too long, or I'm just not able to find a proper and appropriate farm sitter. I mean, I could find a farm sitter there, but I gotta admit, for the benefit of the farm, it makes me uncomfortable to leave the farm for too long. And with a young puppy where I'm gonna have to make a whole lot of stops and keep her moving and not keep her crated up for too long, I just know that a trip like that is gonna take so much time that it probably wouldn't be good for the farm at the whole, even if it would be something that I would find to be totally fun and would probably be fun for the puppy too. I don't know, I might be misguided in that thought. And so that got me thinking to a plan B. You know, over the last several months as I've talked about this challenge of getting the puppy from California to the farm, you know, one of the things that folks have said to me is, you know, they've volunteered to be couriers. You know, they've said, hey, we could pick the puppy up for you, or, you know, we could like courier from here to here or from here to here. And while the idea of like a Goldshaw Farm viewer sort of convoy that like brings this one dog all the way across the country would probably be really cool, and it would most definitely make a YouTube video that gets like 10 million views. Again, I'm not sure that that would be the best possible thing for the puppy. You know, getting passed from person to person and having to go kind of weird routes and me not being able to have kind of control of the situation wouldn't feel great either. And so while that option seemed really cool, it just wasn't gonna fly. Which left me with really one final option, which is the fact that there are people who will, for money, take an animal from one part of the country to another. And over the course of the last several months, several folks have reached out to me. I've gotten several recommendations, and I really appreciate every single one. And so I actually got in touch with a woman who is just super cool and super responsible and is very much a dog lover. And right now, as I record this video for all of you, she has just shown up to Prancing Pony Farm in Lenmore, California, and she's in the process of picking up the puppy girl and bringing her here to the farm. And the cool part is I have like an app that she's letting me track her with.
That's creepy.
It is.
She might even be taking some pictures and video along the way, and I'll be documenting it from right here on the farm and counting it down until our little puppy gal and her courier Olivia end up here on the farm. When I originally envisioned bringing the puppy from California to here, this wasn't exactly what I had planned for, but I think it's gonna work pretty well.
Get out of here. Get out, geese. Come on, out. Out. None of you guys are allowed in here. Come on. Go. I know, it's a great injustice. I'm sorry, but this is the way things are gonna have to be this winter.
What do you think, geese? Are you excited about the plan? Or are you just surly like you usually are? Yeah, they're just surly. I think all the ducks are inside here. Hey, everybody. You know, they were out earlier today. Like even just an hour ago, they were out swimming around. But I don't know, we've had these snow flurries and it hasn't been great weather. And it's very cold, and so I'm not surprised they're back inside. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this puppy update. I'll be back real soon with some news on where our gal is at and how things are going. Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be about a week or so before they end up here on the farm. And so stay tuned and wish them all the best. Thanks.